The horizon trembled beneath the march of an empire. 150,000 Byzantine soldiers, armored cavalry, elite Roman veterans, towering banners stretching across the plains of the Levant. And standing against them, a smaller Muslim army, exhausted, surrounded, and outnumbered nearly 5-1. Any commander would have prepared for defeat. But one man saw something nobody else could see. Not a battlefield. A trap. A battlefield so perfectly designed for destruction that it would become the graveyard of the Byzantine Empire itself. His name was Khalid bin Walid. And at Yarmouk, he didn't just win a battle. He changed the history of warfare forever. The year was 636 CE. The Byzantine Empire, the most powerful military force in the region, was determined to crush the rapidly growing Rashidun Caliphate once and for all. Emperor Heraclius gathered an enormous army from across his empire. Greeks, Armenians, Slavs, Christian Arab tribes. A massive coalition united for one purpose: destroy the Muslim forces in Syria. The Byzantines believed victory was inevitable, and honestly, they had every reason to think so. The Muslim army was smaller, less equipped, less armored, and dangerously low on resources. Many Muslim commanders feared that this would be the end. But then, Khalid bin Walid arrived, the undefeated commander known as the Sword of Allah. And the moment he entered the camp, the entire mindset of the army changed. Because Khalid wasn't thinking about survival, he was planning annihilation. The Valley of Death. The battlefield of Yarmouk was unlike any other. It was surrounded by steep ravines and deep valleys, especially near the terrifying Wadi al-Ruqqad cliffs. One wrong retreat, and thousands of soldiers could fall to their deaths. It was a battlefield with no easy escape. And Khalid understood something the Byzantines didn't. The geography itself could become a weapon. While Byzantine generals focused on their superior numbers, Khalid focused on movement, speed, flexibility, control. Instead of stretching his smaller army thin across the battlefield, Khalid reorganized the Muslim forces into highly coordinated divisions. But his greatest weapon was something revolutionary. A fast-moving elite cavalry force called the Mobile Guard, the secret weapon. The Mobile Guard. This wasn't ordinary cavalry. These were Khalid's best horsemen, highly disciplined, extremely fast, deadly in close combat. But their real power wasn't strength, it was mobility. Whenever a weak point appeared on the battlefield, the Mobile Guard arrived instantly. If Byzantine cavalry broke through a flank, Khalid struck back immediately. If Muslim infantry began collapsing, the Mobile Guard reinforced the line. If an enemy division advanced too far, they were isolated and destroyed. It was warfare based on speed and rapid response, centuries ahead of its time. And the Byzantine commanders had never seen anything like it before. The Byzantine assault that the Byzantines attacked with overwhelming force. Wave after wave of soldiers crashed into the Muslim lines. Some Muslim units began falling back. Dust covered the battlefield. Swords clashed. Men screamed across the valley. For a moment, it looked like the Byzantine army might finally break the Muslims. But this was exactly what Khalid wanted, because every Byzantine advance pulled them deeper into the battlefield and closer to the deadly ravines behind them. Khalid patiently absorbed the attacks, waiting, watching, calculating. Then, he saw the opening, Khalid's masterstroke. At the perfect moment, Khalid launched the Mobile Guard in a massive coordinated counterattack, not against the center, against the Byzantine flanks. The elite Muslim cavalry moved with terrifying speed, smashing into exposed sides of the Byzantine army. Confusion spread instantly. Communication collapsed. Entire Byzantine units became separated from each other. And before they could reorganize, Khalid struck again, and again, and again. The massive Byzantine army suddenly became a trapped giant, unable to maneuver. Panic exploded across the battlefield. Soldiers tried to retreat, but behind them were steep cliffs and narrow escape routes. Thousands were crushed together. Many fell into the ravines below. What began as a confident imperial assault turned into complete chaos. The Byzantine war machine was collapsing. The fall of an empire's power by sunset. The impossible had happened. The Byzantine army was destroyed. One of the greatest military powers on earth had been defeated by a smaller force using superior tactics, discipline, and leadership. The Battle of Yarmouk didn't just secure Syria for the Muslims. It permanently shattered Byzantine control over the Levant. And historians would later study Khalid's tactics as one of the greatest examples of battlefield mobility in military history. A commander who turned terrain into a weapon, who transformed defense into a trap, and who proved that genius can defeat even overwhelming numbers. At Yarmouk, Khalid bin Walid showed the world that wars are not won by numbers alone. They are won by strategy, by courage, and by leaders who can see victory where everyone else sees defeat.